What up, y'all? It's DJ Envy.
And this is Gia Casey.
And this is another edition of the Casey Crew. Now, before we get this episode started, we want to thank everybody for hitting us up and showing us so much love.
Yes, thank you.
I mean, from the emails to the comments to just the support, we definitely appreciate it. And you can holler if you need to, if you want to ask us a question or you need some advice, or if you just want to shout us a holler, you can. It's thekcrew@gmail.com. That's THEE KCCrew@gmail.com, of course. All right, now, today we're going to start the show a little different. All right, going through the emails. We seen an email that came, I guess that was very close to our heart.
Yes, very close to our hearts.
All right, the girl's name is Ashley. She says, "Hi, guys, my name is Ashley, and I'm 23 years old. My boyfriend is super jealous. No, like really jealous. He never wants me to go out. On the weekend when I try to go out with my girls, he hides my car keys so I can't leave. If that doesn't work, he takes my cell phone and hides it so I never know when my girls are calling. Should this be a concern?"
Wow. I'd love to hear your advice on this. I would love to hear your advice on this. Now, guys, we purposely did not discuss this prior to cracking these mics right now because, I don't know, I felt as though it was going to be very entertaining to just have the natural, organic, fresh conversation with my husband regarding this topic.
Now, jealousy is not a bad thing.
No, jealousy is not a bad thing.
Now,
I agree with you on that.
we've been together a long time.
Very long.
Married 15 years.
Some might say too long.
Together 20 years.
22.
Plus 22 years.
22.
And I was a little jealous sometimes.
A little?
I was a lot jealous sometimes.
A lot?
I was.
Can you come up with a word that means more than a lot?
No.
Search your vocabulary. I'm sure if you take a couple of minutes, you can come up with a word that sounds
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
more than a lot.
I was a jealous individual.
Mm-hmm.
I was jealous because I was fearful that I was always going to lose my woman. That somebody was going to slide in.
Your woman. That sounds so weird to me.
My girlfriend.
Okay.
My lady.
Whatever. Go ahead.
I thought somebody was going to steal my lady. So I was overprotective, very jealous, very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Controlling.
Possessive. All right, I got control.
Obsessed.
Okay, I said I got
Obnoxious.
it. I got it. Damn it, man.
But wait. Okay, so wait. Why did you feel as though someone was going to come along and steal your girl, lady, woman, however you wanted to term me?
All right, well, I had a fly woman. She was beautiful. She was cute. She was sexy. She was smart. And I'm like, somebody might slide in with a better vocabulary than me, that looked better than me, that was more charming than me, that I might lose my baby.
But you know something? I'm going to be honest with you. For years, I thought it was more than that. I actually thought that it wasn't just necessarily that you were my boyfriend and you valued me. I always thought that it was because you knew that you were my first and my only. So in my mind, I figured that you thought that I was inexperienced, which I was.
Right.
And that if I was exposed to something else, anything else that I might have taken a liking to, that you thought that I might up and leave. I thought that was kind of at the core of it.
That a little bit, but also the fact that I was young and you had older guys trying to holler at you. That was, like you said, more experienced. And I kind of was learning my way around women and the world and just talking to women with you. It's not like I had an experience, so there was no game. Everything was natural. Mm-hmm. Like I couldn't kick game because I didn't know game. So I was talking to you like a real person.
I was a real person.
I know, but these other guys, they had experience.
Okay.
So they knew how to woo a lady. They knew they had game. They had G. They had things that I thought I didn't have. So I was nervous and scared that I could possibly lose you.
Okay. All right. That kind of confirms a little bit of what I thought.
Which made me possessive.
Mm-hmm.
Which made me controlling.
Right.
Which made me an ass.
You were beyond an ass.
I was.
I look back to those days. In those days, I'm referring to high school, but particularly college.
Where you want to start?
So just a little bit younger than the person that emailed us that we're responding to. Where do I want to start? Where do you want to start? And what do you want me to leave out? What do you want the people out there not to know?
I mean, they can know.
What do you want them not to know?
We can pretty much tell them everything because I got you now.
Now, if you don't mean it, you can wink because we're not being recorded.
No. I mean,
there's no video.
Look,
if you don't mean it,
they can't judge
you can
me
wink at me
because I'm a changed person. I got 5 kids now.
Only
with
God
you.
could judge me.
That's right. And
okay.
I got 5 kids with you, so I mean, if you survive, if I survive the 5 kids, we all right. I mean, I was very controlling. I remember. Where you want to start?
Swimmer dude.
Okay. Now, if you don't know, Gia and I went to college in Virginia. I went to Hampton University. She went to Old Dominion University, and they were about maybe 15 minutes. Between 15 and 20 minutes from each other.
Right.
And I was very controlling, meaning I didn't want Gia to go out unless she was going out with me.
Mm-hmm. As in anywhere?
Anywhere, no.
As
anywhere.
in not the supermarket?
No.
Not to walk the dog?
Nope. Not to the mall, nowhere.
Nowhere.
Car wash, gas, nowhere without me.
Right.
And I remember I had to do a party at Virginia State University.
Right.
And the party was about an hour and 15 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a party in our town, I think it was in Hampton.
It was in Hampton. It was at the American Legion.
At the American Legion.
Hampton
and
University.
You asked me, you was like, hey, I'm going to the party. And I said, no, you're not.
Right.
And you was like, yes, I want to go out with my girlfriends. And you was like, and I was like, nah, you stay home. You going to stay home? If you don't stay home, I'm staying.
I'm not doing the party.
I'm not doing the party.
Yep.
And you were like, all right, go ahead, go. I'll stay home.
The whole time I was thinking, I can't wait for him to pull out of this parking lot.
So I pulled out the parking lot, started my trek to Virginia State. A couple of us was going. I got a call about maybe an hour into my drive.
15 minutes away from your destination.
I got a call and it was like, yo, Gia's here at this party. I said, what? They were like, Gia is here at the party. I'm like, nah, I told her to stay home.
I told her to stay home.
I told her to stay home.
So you would have rest assured that I was held up in that apartment.
Absolutely.
Okay, go ahead.
She was like, well, she's here.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what's she wearing?
Right.
He was like, something sexy.
Mm-hmm.
I said, word? I made a U-turn right there on that highway. I didn't even go DJ my show. Came right back to Hampton. Drove. If it took me an hour to get to that destination, it took me about 35 minutes to get back. I was speeding so crazy.
I believe it.
I walked up in the American Legion.
Now, hold on. So I'm having a good time. This is probably the first time.
Good time, huh?
I've been out without my boyfriend for like a year. And I was dancing with this guy who we've affectionately referred to since as Swimmer Dude. So he went to Rashawn's school.
Now, he's not the same swimmer dude as the first episode.
Oh, you know what? I never made that connection.
This is
a different swimmer dude.
A different swimmer dude. You got a thing for swimmer dudes, but go ahead.
Apparently. So anyway, so if you know me, you know I love dancehall. I love reggae. And the dancehall set came on and we were dancing.
Right.
Because I didn't think that there was anything wrong with that, you know. We were just dancing.
You and dude is dancing now. Let me picture it out there. Woman, man, dancing, reggae, grinding. Okay.
No. We weren't grinding.
All right.
For the record.
Call it what you want to call it.
We were dancing.
Dancing, okay.
All right.
So now here I come, walking in the building, beige rage. Go ahead.
Beige rage?
Yeah, beige rage.
Where'd that come from?
Just beige rage. Go ahead.
Okay. So anyway, I'm dancing and I'm having a good time. And I look up and I see Rashawn charging at me full speed. So imagine this. In a venue, crowded, full of people, wall to wall, music blaring. I look up and this dude is running towards me, making his way through the crowd, pushing people out of the way. I kid you not, the fear of God came over me and I froze.
And I was thinking to myself, didn't I tell this bitch?
What?
I didn't say the word.
What?
This is what I was thinking. Didn't I tell this B to stay her ass home?
I felt like the kid that got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. I felt like I just got caught cheating on a test, not by the teacher, but by the principal. I felt like all of hell's fury was going to come upon me in that moment where I saw you charging at me. So I froze. And he grabbed me, yanked me away from Swimmer Dude, and threw me over his shoulder and barreled me out of the party. So now we're standing in the parking lot.
Right.
You remember what happened?
No, what happened?
You remember what happened, damn it.
What happened?
Okay. So we're standing there and he starts, now wink if you don't want me, if you don't want me to say
tell
it.
a story if it happened. It happened.
Okay. He starts bawling.
What you mean bawling?
Like as in crying.
I didn't cry.
As in crying profusely.
One tear is not a cry.
Rashawn, you were boo-hooing.
One tear is not
boo-hooing, crying like like can't catch your breath.
I don't even cry like
crying.
That.
Okay.
I don't even
That's
cry
exactly
like
what happened. You could not gain your composure. And you said to me, how could you do this to me? You know how much I love you. You came here after I asked you to stay home. I said, no, you told me to stay home.
Then you should have stayed home.
You said, no, I asked you to stay home. All I could see was his hands all over you. All I could picture was him bleeping you. I was like, what? Like, how do you go from here to there? How do you go from dancing at a party to a bedroom? And you lost your mind. I mean, after that, it was just a rant.
Well, first of all, let me say this. Real men cry. That's first of all.
Oh, you're very real then.
Second of all, I didn't cry.
Then what did you do? Like, what would you
Even
describe
if I had
as?
a tear is not a cry. I could have yawned and got that tear.
No, you were.
I didn't cry.
No, you were crying.
I didn't cry.
Like, profusely.
I was mad. I didn't cry.
No, to what? Okay, they could have been mad tears.
Go ahead.
But they sounded like hurt
Don't
tears.
pay me out to be a sucker. I'm just
saying. I'm just saying what happened.
One tear is not a cry.
Okay, you could have winked at me, but you didn't. So here's the truth.
Finish the damn
story. So then you were like, let's go, we're leaving. And I couldn't leave because I drove about 4 of my girlfriends there. So I said, we have to go back inside. He was like, let them find their own way home.
Word.
I'm like, well, then we have to go in and tell them. So we go inside. And you stood behind me with your arms wrapped around my neck behind me. And it was so ridiculous. And you looked so threatening. I guess the look on your face and your whole demeanor, that security came over to us and asked me if you needed to be escorted out of the party.
I'd have whooped their ass.
And I was like, no, it's okay. He's just a little crazy. And you were like, nah, we good.
That's right.
We good.
We good over here. Don't go bother somebody else.
Yeah, and then you got, I don't even know what set you off because you seemed like you were coming down. I don't know if it was because you sat there and you thought about it, and I was trying to find my girlfriends to rally them so we can get out, so we get out of the party. And then all of a sudden you decided that you wanted to hunt dude down because you wanted to fight him.
Which dude?
Swimmer dude. What other dude are we talking about?
I don't like no swimmer dudes.
So then you started creating this whole like uproar. And then all I remember was a bunch of Kappas had to come over and like grab you to calm. You knew them, so it wasn't aggressive or anything, but they had to grab you and escort you out. And I had to grab all my friends and we had to leave. And then I think probably every other day for the rest of the year, I had to hear some slick, nasty, sarcastic comment about Swimmer Dude.
F him.
So that was one thing. The second,
that's a little jealousy. I mean, it was
that was ridiculous. I should have, you know what? I should have known then. But I think it took about 12 more eccentric experiences.
I was a jealous person
for me to realize that, you know, this might be a little bit of a problem. The second time that it happened, and this isn't, well, not necessarily in chronological order, but the second time that I remember it happening was I was going out with my girlfriend, and you had to go and pick up somebody, and then you were going to meet me later on. So I broke free, guys. I had a couple of hours to myself. Well, that was the plan. I got dressed, and I put on a V-neck top and a short skirt. It wasn't too short, just like a normal average skirt and shoes. And that was it. I had just gotten my hair done. I just got dressed.
I remember this guy.
You came into the bedroom and you were like, nah, you're not wearing that.
I was too damn sexy. You should not be going out
nah, you're not wearing
with
that.
all that looking sexy.
I was like,
Your skirt was too short.
I was like, yeah.
Your V-neck. Now, mind you, everybody.
But for the fact that I am going to wear this, so.
Hold on. Everybody out there listening. Now, at this point in college, she had double D's. Like humongous breasts. Huge.
Yeah, my freshman 15 did go to my boobs.
Huge.
At the time.
She had a V-neck on and all you see was like them watermelons sticking out.
It didn't look provocative at all. It looked very normal.
To me it did.
To you it did, but we're dealing with like a crazy person and his thoughts and delusions. So, you know, just for the record. So anyway, you're like, nah, you're not wearing that. I was like, yeah, but for the fact that I am, actually. And you tried to disrobe me. Mm-hmm. You tried to physically take my clothes off. And we began tussling on the bed over my clothing. Finally...
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me just tell people this because I don't want people to think that I beat you.
No, you didn't beat me.
Hold on. Let me tell you. For everybody out there, Gia has the strength of 4 Rottweilers. So fighting her is not an easy fight. And I know some of you, Envy, you soft, you weak. No. Gia has the strength of 4 Rottweilers. Now, side note, I just want to put this out there. One day, Gia and I was fake fighting. Now, this was a couple of years ago.
Wait, what are you talking about?
We're going to go back to your story. Gia and I was fake fighting in our house now, the house that we lived in now.
Oh, okay.
We're wrestling.
Okay.
I try to put her in the headlock. She flips me over, puts me in the headlock to the point where I almost die. Like you
do nothing but exaggerate all day long.
She had me in a headlock so tight that I was scratching her, biting her, kicking her. Like I thought I was gonna die. Like my eyes were rolling out my head. To this day, I don't wrestle her. I don't play with her.
You're like, baby, stop playing.
If she comes up to me, I will punch Gia in the stomach. Dumb hard. I don't want to wrestle with you. I don't want to fight with you. Like if you come to attack me now I'm fighting you like a man. I will tag Gia's jaw. She is so strong. Like I don't play that. Like I don't want to wrestle with you.
I had you in the dope fiend.
You did. I don't want to play them games with you anymore.
And it wasn't even funny because after I finally let you go, after I realized that you were being serious and I let you go, you fell to the floor.
I ain't talked to you for how long?
You didn't talk to me for like 2 weeks.
I ain't talked to you because you tried to kill me. Like
You're like, nah, I told you I couldn't breathe. You kept trying.
Now Gia knows now if she tries to wrestle with me now, I'm gonna 2-piece her immediately.
Yeah.
Like she's like you come.
Yeah, but seriously, you do play fight very, very.
Now I do.
Rough
You almost killed me.
Then.
You almost killed me.
Yeah, but you're very like you treat me like a dude.
I have to.
That's not fair.
You almost killed me.
Yeah. All right.
I couldn't breathe.
No.
I almost passed out.
I remember you really didn't talk to me for quite some
you come
time.
up to me, you want to wrestle, I'm punching you dead in your stomach immediately. Immediately. I don't want to fight you. Okay, back to the story.
Where was I? I don't even remember what I was saying.
Oh, let me
you just told me you're going to tap my jaw. I don't know.
Right,
like my memory is a little.
Let's bring it back. Now you said that you wanted to go out.
Okay.
And you had this V-neck on that was showing your tatas.
No, so we were tussling on the bed.
Skirt on. Go ahead.
Right. So you're trying to get my shirt off. You're like, nah, you're not going out like this. This is crazy. This doesn't make any sense. Then you got up and then you ran to the bathroom. When you ran to the bathroom, I tried to run out of the house. Right? Mm-hmm. You turned on the water and you ran to the living room.
All African American men that's listening right now, what's the worst thing you could do to a black woman if she's trying to go out? Go ahead. Finish your story.
He runs to the living room and grabs... I'm glad we can laugh about this now, honestly.
Me too.
Okay. He runs to the living room, grabs me, and then drags me back to the bedroom and throws me into the shower, fully dressed, hair drenched, makeup dripping down my face, and I just stood there.
Now, we're both wet. We both can't go out.
We're both wet. We both can't go anywhere. And I just stood there because I felt as though if I didn't regain my composure, I was going to pick up the nearest blunt object and go upside his head. So I had to sit there and take it all in. I had to woo-saw. I had to relax. I had to let the water beat on my forehead and just accept what had just happened, because it didn't even feel like it could have been reality. I stepped out of the shower, went to the bed and sat there and just calmed myself. And then what happened?
I don't remember.
Oh, you don't remember what happened?
No. Is that when you said you were leaving me and you packed all your stuff up?
That might have been like the first time out of like maybe 118 times I told you I was going to leave you and packed all my stuff up. Mm-hmm. But you know what? It's funny because we've never actually broken up for a day. Mm-mm. Like I've tried numerous times, but you've never let it go down. I don't know how you managed that feat, but you've never actually let it go down.
Right.
So anyway, you came and sat next to me on the bed and you were like, I'm sorry. It's just that I love you so much. And I can't imagine other dudes looking at you the way I look at you. I'm sorry. Can you forgive me, please? I love you. You got on your knees and you put your head in my lap and you just started rubbing my leg. And you said that you would never, ever do anything like that again. But ladies, he did. Not to that degree, but jealousy continued to rear its ugly head in our relationship. And it kind of became a theme. Like I said, not to that degree or anything, but he wasn't in a place where he could manage his emotions. He wasn't in a place where...
Beige rage.
Where he was mature enough to control the things that he did. So if he felt a way, he acted on it. And then he would apologize after, swear it would never happen again, and then do something similar a month later or however long later. And I find that that seems to be a theme in a lot of relationships, and not necessarily just with jealousy, but with a lot of things. It really runs the gamut.
Right. You know what it was? It was I was a jealous person, and the way I controlled that jealousy was yelling, screaming, and trying to control you. Mm-hmm. You know, I always looked at it like, I know she ain't gonna do nothing if she's standing by my side. I know she ain't gonna do nothing because I told her ass to stay home. And of course it was the worst thing to do, but I thought that I was being controlling and a man. That's what real men do. They told their women to sit down and they sit. You know, because...
Whoa, hold on. You didn't tell me to sit down and I sat.
I didn't say...
I've never been that person.
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
But that's what I thought when I was telling you, well, don't wear that. Like I was treating you more like my daughter than my wife.
Well, you would tell me that, and then I would rebel every time, and then it would be a thing. I mean, it was so bad. I remember there was another party that we went to, and in his mind, I always had to be within 4 feet of him. So if he was DJing, I had to be physically in the DJ booth. If I crept out of the DJ booth, he probably would kind of let me live as long as I was within like 2 feet of the DJ booth. And if I got with more than 2 feet away from the DJ booth, he would have one of his friends kind of pull me back and say, all right, Rashawn wants you a little bit closer to him. So one time I'm like, all right, you were rocking. I'm like, ooh, this is my chance. I'm like, I'm going to go to the bar by myself, because typically I would have to be escorted to the bar just to get a Coke and then escorted back. So this one time, I don't know if you remember, I made my way away from the booth. Everybody had their heads turned and I bolted. And I was making my way through the crowd. You stopped the music. and you were like, everybody, I just want to let you know that girl with the black and white striped top, that's my girl. And if I see anybody talking to her, there's going to be a problem. The whole party stopped and everybody's staring at me. And I'm like, I cannot believe that he just did this.
I had to let him know.
I didn't even get my drink. I just turned around because I didn't want to be embarrassed any further and walked back to the DJ booth. And I pulled you aside and you were like, you shouldn't have tried to go to the bar without me. That's what you get for trying to sneak off. That's what you get for trying to sneak off.
Yo. Sounds like you were like my slave,
I was sitting there like, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Like, what am I involved in with this guy? You know? And I mean, I could tell 10 more stories just like that. But the reason why, you know, I wanted to talk about it is more so the misconception about when you have a jealous boyfriend or when you have a jealous husband. Most women, and me included, and remember, you're talking about a young mind. I was, you know, during this time in my life, I was 17, 18, 19, 20, probably all the way up to about 21.
Right.
And at that time, I was somewhat immature. Immature enough to believe that him showing his jealousy and his possessiveness and him seeming as though he was so obsessed over me and my every move and what I wore and who I spoke to and who my friends were. And in his mind, all of my friends were hoes. If I wanted to hang out with Tisha, Tisha's a hoe. If I wanted to hang out with Maria, Maria's a hoe. Mm-hmm. Everybody was a hoe because he just needed an excuse.
Right.
He needed an excuse to prevent me from hanging out with them. And I mean, these could have been, you know, the most wonderful girls and the furthest thing from that, but he just needed a leg to stand on. So he would just conjure up any type of an excuse.
Right.
And I thought that meant that he really, really loved me. Because, I mean, I had the power to drive him crazy. It was because I must have been so special, or I must have been so this, or I must have been so that. It made me feel like, wow, like he goes crazy over me.
Right.
So outwardly, I didn't act like I liked it. But if I'm telling the truth as far as my feelings that were going on inside my mind, I'm like, wow, I mean, yeah, he's a little psycho, but I guess kind of like the term, you know, he's crazy for me. Or when you say, oh my God, you know, that guy's crazy about you. I kind of felt that, you know, that term kind of resonates with me.
It's so easy in a relationship for a man to be so demanding and just feel like his lady's supposed to listen. And, you know, once you realize, and especially me being selfish, I'm an only child, so I always got what I wanted. So if I wanted something from my mom, I wanted something from my dad, I got it. If I wanted something in life, I got it. So now when I'm with my partner and she has her own mind and wants to do her own things, it's like you get upset and you get mad. And the more upset you get and the more violent you get, meaning I used to punch walls.
Oh my goodness. Break picture frames.
And throw
One
things.
time you threw a plate at the oven.
Oh, remember? And broke the oven?
You broke the oven, and it was the black glass. Remember the old school ovens that, you know, you pull it down towards the floor, and it's black. You can barely see inside. He threw a plate at it, and the whole oven door shattered. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what it was made out of, but
it was popping all over the place.
The glass was like jumping all over the floor. It must have been some kind of special glass. And that was one of those moments where I was like, this isn't really cute anymore.
Right.
This crazy in love, this crazy for me, this crazy whatever. Like this isn't cute anymore. I'm not really feeling special anymore.
Right.
Now I'm just more irritated because now he's really infringing on my freedom, which meant that he was really infringing upon my life.
Right. And it was very selfish, very stupid, very childish. Thank God I grew out of it. Thank God that you stayed around, you know, and I grew out of it. And it's funny because I kind of made like a total 360.
Maybe like a 310.
Well, a man's going to be jealous regardless.
Okay.
But I'm out of it. Like, you know, of course, you do what you want to do now. You wear what you want to wear. And, you know, before, if a guy gave you a compliment, I used to be pissed off.
Right.
Now I enjoy it. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, she look good. Damn right her body look good. Damn right them tatas are real. Damn right she got a nice ass. Damn right her legs are good. Oh, look, yeah, damn right she got some beautiful lips. But that's how I feel now because I grew out of it. Now I can respect it and I'm mature. You know, I can respect my lady going out and having a good time with her girlfriends and coming back and telling me what she did or how the party was or whatever it was. But back then I didn't see it like that.
Right.
You know, so for Ashley, who's saying her boyfriend is super duper jealous and super duper protective and controlling, I say run.
You don't think that? I mean, why is your answer so abrupt?
I'm gonna tell you why. If
that's a very abrupt
and it's crazy because I was like that
answer. That's a very final kind of answer.
But I hear so many instances and so many stories of men being overbearing and controlling, and then they wind up hurting or putting hands on or
hurting
shooting
her or hurting
killing
himself.
her. Yeah,
right. Mm-hmm.
And you really don't know. And if you can't have a conversation that can get them out of it, I necessarily don't think that they should possibly stay. And the reason I'm saying that, not because I don't look at our relationship now. You know, our relationships, we had ups, we had downs, we went left, we went right. I mean, we've been through so much shit, it's ridiculous.
Right.
Thank God. I thank God every day that you're here. I thank God every day. I mean, because I honestly feel like if you weren't in my life, I honestly don't think I would be where I'm at now. And this is not just mentally, physically, spiritually, but, you know, my career as well. Like, you are the backbone. You know, when I did stupid-ish, you always had my back. You always helped, and that's amazing. And most people are not like that. Most people don't see that. So I thank God every day, honestly, that you're here. But I look at it for my daughter. You know, if my daughter was in a relationship like this with a guy that was super jealous, what would I want her to do? What would I tell her to do? You know, I would tell her, you got to get out. You got to get to a position where somebody's going to respect you. If he can't respect you and understand that, then maybe you have to let him grow a little bit, and then maybe he'll come back. But he has to grow, you know, and that's scary.
Like I said, I think that your answer is abrupt because...
It's a little abrupt.
Well,
run.
No. I wouldn't say run immediately because she didn't specify. She didn't say that he had ever been violent with her. He's doing young boy, immature things. What did you say? He's hiding her phone.
Hiding her car keys.
If she's in love with him and he has a lot of other qualities that she does love, I think that it might be something that they can work on. I just fear that he might be too young-minded to understand those things right now. Because I know that at a young age, you weren't able to understand, no matter how many times I broke it down to you, or how many times I told you how I felt, or how many times I told you that I was breaking up with you. I mean, you would do whatever it took in that moment. In that moment, I remember another time you did something crazy and we got back home and you were like, okay, I promise. I know I said it 1,000 times before, but this time I mean it. And I'm going to write a contract. I'm going to write a contract with 100 things that I'm going to do to improve our relationship. 100 things that I can do to make this relationship better. And
you still got the contract?
No, I don't have that. But I do remember that you whipped out a marble black and white notebook and it took up several pages. And you said, if I break any of these rules within a month, then I give you carte blanche to break up with me. Then I'll just say, okay, and I'll let you go. I'm going to try so hard. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. In my mind, outwardly, I was like, well, we'll see how that goes. But in my mind, I was like, he's so sweet. That's creative. I mean, he's doing whatever he can to hold on to us.
Right.
So, you know, but even after that contract, you still were jealous. You still did a lot of other things that, looking back, I mean, I really should have left you. But yeah. I knew that...
You should have.
Well, I knew that you were a good person, and I knew that you loved me, and I was never in fear for my safety.
Right.
So I guess that kind of, you know, managed my reaction to the way that you were treating me. But with her, what I would say is that if you're not fearful of your safety, I would, and if she's in love with him, I would try to work it out, even if it meant, you know, maybe talking to his parents, or if he has siblings, or, you know, try to love him through it. don't ever succumb to the demands, because like with you, I never succumbed to your demands.
Right.
We just kept butting heads, and then it would just always turn into a fallout. So if she's strong and she's standing up to him and they're butting heads, I think that they could probably at some point come to terms with how they want to go about it, and if they want to continue to pursue the relationship, because who knows, it might be too much for him.
True.
Like the jealousy really might be driving him crazy, and he might need to let her go for his own, mental stability.
Yeah, well, Ashley, good luck. Yeah, that's all I can say. Good luck. I hope he learns that, him being super jealous, he might lose you, and just to say that, for me, I love to see you get compliments. Like, because when it happens now, I'm like, yeah, that's my girl. That's my wife. Yeah, damn right she looked beautiful. Back then, I didn't see it like that. I just want to tell one more story before we move on. I remember I told somebody the story the other day. We were at Busch Gardens in Virginia. And it was like Black Weekend there.
What?
It was Black Weekend there.
Black Weekend?
Oh, College Weekend, I think they called it.
What is wrong with you?
It was Black Weekend. It was all the HBCUs went there.
I am certain that it was not called Black Weekend.
I think it was called Black Weekend.
Okay, whatever.
Anyway, we were there.
Oh my goodness.
And we were walking in, and I remember there was a group of guys on the right side.
Right.
And they were staring at you, right? And his beige rage.
Well, one of them said something, but in passing, not... They said it like in passing, where we could hear, like we heard them, but they weren't speaking to me. Like they might have just said something about me.
And I hate, and mind you, I hate when people used to do that. I find that so disrespectful, and I will fight the biggest person ever for disrespecting when I'm with my lady. So I'm with my lady, he says something, and what do I say?
You were like, damn right she looks good. That's why she's with me and not with you.
Word, I didn't say it like that. You sounded kind of corny.
No, dude, that's how you sounded.
I said, damn right she with me. That's why she not with you.
Did you have that curl in your lip?
I definitely had that curl in my lip. It's whatever.
You said it then?
It's whatever, whenever, however you want to do it.
All right.
And then I started walking.
I had to turn around and run back to that group of guys because I saw them starting to get like riled up over what you just said, and I literally ran back to him. I was like, please just leave him alone, just leave him be. He's crazy and he's just very jealous, and he knows not what he does. So please, just for me, just walk away, please just walk away. And they were like, all right, shorty, all right, we're gonna let them live.
They lucky. They
lucky.
Okay, I see them to this day.
You're about to be one with the concrete
on sight. Okay. If I see him, it's on.
All right,
but I was a little jealous. Now that doesn't bother me too much. I just wanted to talk about jealousy a little bit, because there are a lot of men out there very jealous, and they don't know that they might be losing their women or losing their girls being super jealous. If your lady's gonna leave you, if your lady's gonna step out on you, you being super jealous is not gonna do anything but make it worse. So just remember that out there, fellas. Now, it's time for argument of the week.
We had a good week.
We did. We didn't argue this week. Nothing major.
No.
Let me see. I didn't pee on the toilet seat, so we didn't have to argue about that. I picked up my clothes off the side of the bed. We didn't have to argue about that. I turned off the lights in the house. We've been good.
It was a good week. It was a good week.
So I actually picked the argument off the email. Now, Michelle, shout out to Michelle. Michelle's from California. She says her and her man argues every Sunday. They said they work a lot. Both of them work a lot, Monday through Friday, and they never really get to spend much time with each other. They said Saturday and Sunday is their days to chill, relax, and just connect. But they said Sunday is very difficult because he watches football all day long. She says she tries to join in. He doesn't want her there. What can she do? It's affecting their relationship.
She tries to join in, and he doesn't want her there?
Yep.
Really?
See, the problem with a lot of times when women try to watch sports with men, they're like dumb blondes.
I'm looking away.
The other day, we went to the basketball game. We went to go see the Nets game. And you're talking about, that's a nice name. Nobody cares about the name.
What name?
Sessions. Remember Sessions? You looked up and said, hey, Sessions, that's a dope name.
Sessions? What are you talking about?
Oh, well, anyway, you're talking about, wow, he's tall. He's 7'4". Who cares? Watch the game. You're sitting there taping stuff.
Oh, so I can't engage in casual conversation while we're watching a sporting event?
No.
Come on, Rashawn.
No.
You sound ridiculous.
No.
What, because your simple mind can't do two things at one time?
Watch the game. No.
You can't watch homie dunk and I can't compliment his height or anything at the same time. Like, you can't manage
you compliment
two
somebody's
things.
hair, but like, yo, his haircut is dope. No, who cares about the haircut when he's playing basketball?
Oh, so that annoys you?
Yes.
Oh, word? Okay.
Yes. Same thing when we watch football. Like, you watch football, I'm like, those men's butts in the football uniforms.
Their butts do look kind
They got
of
big
amazing.
butts. I'm sitting there like, come on. Like, you're talking about a football player's butts. Like, we're watching football.
What?
No, I don't want to talk about that. So, what's your name? Michelle. Michelle, this is what you got to do, Michelle, if I were you. If I was a female. Whatever your boyfriend or husband's team, buy the jersey. Buy it extra small. Get a thong. Wear a thong.
Why does everything end with you with a thong?
Wear a thong and a football jersey.
Do you notice a trend?
And during every commercial, please him.
What?
You heard me?
Come on, Rashawn.
Like, if you want his attention, that will show you that he's down. Like, could you imagine during the don't go nowhere. During the commercials, I get pleased. I want you there every Sunday, babe. Ow.
I really have no words for you. You sound ridiculous. She needs real advice and you're playing around.
That's real advice. You
That's
want to
not
keep your
real
man
advice,
be sexy
Rashawn.
on Sundays. Service me during commercials. Oh, man.
You said service you?
Yes, service me.
You said service you?
Yes.
Rashawn, like...
What?
Okay, so sidebar. Is there ever a situation where you think a man should service a woman?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a situation, like just a raw situation where
if you
she
wanna-
could be doing her own thing, like getting like a manicure or a pedicure, and her husband just comes in like while it's drying and services her?
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, absolutely. You want to watch? You want to watch Bachelorette? Yeah, I'll go down and eat the panani while you watch
come on,
Bachelorette.
Rashawn. All right,
you just
stop. No, you're
I
doing
said
too much.
service. If you want to chill there and watch TV,
You are
I'll
so
take care of you.
explicit,
That's
dude.
no problem.
Like, come on.
That's no problem. That's what my job is.
All right.
My jaw is good. You want to watch TV? All right, watch the back. What'd you watch? Bachelor, Bachelorette? I can't remember.
I'll watch them both.
We're watching both. You watch it. That's an hour. I got you. I'll play with the poo, and we all right. But when football's on, I'm the same way.
I'm so embarrassed right now.
Sweaty, nasty balls. Watch the game. So, you want to be down? You want to be in this building with me? Here you go. What?
They can't see you, dummy.
Oh. Well, my legs open. What?
Okay. All right. So
Act like you ain't got a football jersey.
all right.
Act like you got a small
I'm
football
trying to
jersey.
change. I'm actively trying to change
and a
the
matching
subject.
thong. Just in
I'm
case. Don't-
totally trying to
If
change
you're going
the
to give
subject.
good advice, you got to tell them what you do too.
So I'm surprised that he doesn't want her there, though. You know, like most guys, if they're taking time away from, married time to pursue a hobby or watch something on television or just do something that they personally enjoy, I'm surprised he wouldn't be down to say, all right, you know what? I can't be with you right now. So, let's just do this together.
He might not want to explain football. He might not want to say when he scored a touchdown, he doesn't want his wife to be like, let me see what you would say. All right, let's say home run. This is football. This is not baseball. I don't want to explain what a wide receiver is. I don't want to explain what routes are. Just sit back and relax.
Well, listen, what I really think is that forget about letting him have his way. Like, they really need to compromise. Like, he really needs to compromise because he would prefer to have a whole day of watching football by himself or with his friends at the expense of his wife having an attitude for the next couple of days or the next week.
She get over it.
I mean, she might get over it, but it might take a week. So he's not adding to the relationship. He's taking away from the relationship. So she's going to have a problem with him and he's going to have to pay for it day after day after day. Meanwhile, he could have just spent a day making the most out of being with his wife. Do you know what I mean? if he were smart, he would take that opportunity to say, all right, babe, well, you know what? I'm going to show you what football's all about. Why don't you sit on the couch with me? Why don't you sit on the bed with me? And I'll teach you everything that you need to know about it so you can learn to enjoy it, so you can enjoy it with me. Because for her, it's selfish for her to not want him to spend that Sunday watching football. Right. If that's something that he enjoys, if that's something that he loves, and he's done it his whole life, that's what his Sundays are for. Just like if there's a hobby or something that she loves to do on her own or with her friends or whatever, you work 5 days, you work hard, you work full time. And if you need something to do for yourself to unwind, you owe that to yourself. But if the significant other in your life, if your significant other wants to take part in that with you, the door should be wide open, especially considering you only have 2 days to spend together. Because probably when they get home from work, they're tired, they probably eat dinner, they probably watch TV and then drift off to sleep. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they should really spend that time doing their own personal hobbies together if they can. And he could have made something out of it. He could have, been creative and said, all right, well, I'm going to teach you everything that there is to know about football and we're going to enjoy this together.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I also look at it like for some people, football or whatever they enjoy is that time for themselves to relax and chill. Like when you're getting your nails done and your feet done, that might be your chill time. When you're in the mirror plucking your eyebrows or doing what you're doing, that's your chill time. My chill time is.
But why can't he chill with her?
I don't want to.
They're married. Obviously, they like each other.
I don't want to chill with you while you're getting your nails and your toes done and you're relaxing. Like, I don't want to do that. That's your time.
I don't really understand. Maybe, you like getting your nails done.
You ain't got to tell everybody every piece of business.
Every piece of business.
Yeah, you just tell everybody everything. Gosh.
That's what this is about.
So some guys don't.
Okay, but you like getting your nails done. So if I said to you, all right, why don't you come with me and let's get our nails done together? You'd be like, all right, game.
That's cool.
All right, bet.
That's cool.
Why would he specifically not want her to be a part of watching football? Unless he's watching with his friends and, she kind of makes it awkward.
There's some TV shows that you watch that I don't watch, right? That you watch without me because I'm just not interested in.
Right.
Same thing with football. But you don't try to press me to watch it.
But if she tries to express interest to spend time with him, then he should be game. Unless he's with, a group of friends and she would just kind of, make it awkward.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Well, you're just trying to stick up for dude. Why? Just because?
No, I'm just saying, I get it sometimes. Like, when you watch the game and you don't want people asking you questions, I get it.
That's just selfish, though.
No, I want to enjoy the game. This is the only time I get to enjoy.
So you might, Rashawn, you might only have to explain it the first 2 or 3 games until she gets it.
But what's wrong with her just chilling there, not saying nothing, putting her hand in my pants and rubbing me down while I'm
Rashawn, can we be serious? No, seriously, can we be serious? Because you're being ridiculous right now.
You said ridiculous?
I said ridiculous.
What'd you say? What?
No, I said.
What'd you say?
No, I know I said ridiculous.
I'm just asking.
Because you're ridiculous twice.
Yeah,
you're ridiculous.
Just asking. So, all right. So maybe, I see what you're saying, and you're right. He should teach her the game so they can watch it together, and she can be happy, and happy wife means happy life. I get it.
No, I just think that's a way that they can spend time together, and she can have her quality time with him and he can enjoy the thing that he loves at the same time. And then I think on Saturdays they should make that a solid date night.
Yes.
If she's concerned that they don't spend time together, they're working 5 days.
And that's very important.
On the 6th day, he's watching football. On Saturday, they should make that date night. This is the day that we spend, I don't know if they have children or not, but that we spend together, that we spend with our family. If they have children, they could spend it with their children during the day. And then maybe, 8, 9 o'clock, they can go out and do something fun and sexy together.
And that's very important. I just want to tell people out there, date night is very important. No matter how long you guys been together, no matter how many kids you have, no how many, even if it's a short relationship, you haven't been together that long, having a date night really matters. We try to have a date night at least once a week, where we do something together with nobody, no kids, no nothing, whether it's go to a basketball game, whether it's go get some dinner, whether it's go get a massage, whether it's go to a movie, just spending personal time. And now, what we do is, I'm going to tell people, like, I like to call, I was going to say call Gia, but I like to call Gia and just talk about our relationship. Not the, hey, babe, how was your day? What you do? No, like, talk about our relationship. How are you feeling? What's going through your mind? And you asked me the same because it's fun to talk and to really know what's going through your head, But
only if the parties involved can be absolutely honest.
Right. Brutally honest, right?
Yeah, if you're not brutally honest, then it's all a sham. It's all just for show and it's pointless. But if you can be absolutely positively honest,
right,
and have, even if it's just 15 minutes a day where you just converse and you tell each other all the things that are going through your mind, whether it be happy thoughts or things that you're upset about, regardless, the point is the communication and the openness.
Right. And we do that every day. Whether it's a 15-minute phone call, a 30-minute face-to-face, or no matter what, we try to do that. So we're always on each other's mind, and we get everything out in the open. That there's no secrets, that there's no hidden emotions.
Hidden emotions.
That we and I enjoy it, And I'm somebody that I hate to talk.
Who would have known?
I know, right?
Wow.
I hate to talk about. No, I hate to talk about problems and emotions. And
you don't like to argue.
I hate to argue.
You don't like disagreements.
No.
You don't like to put any kind of negative energy into our relationship. So yeah, when you said that you wanted to do that, I was really, really surprised, and I didn't think that you were going to follow through.
Oh, you didn't? I've been following through.
You've been following through. You've been following through. And it keeps small problems from turning into large problems.
Right.
Because what winds up happening is something will happen and a person might feel as though their thoughts or their feelings are petty. So they kind of keep it to themselves. And then something else happens. And then you're upset, but it might be wrong place, wrong time. Something else happens and you're thinking, you know what, I don't want to start an argument. But as it progresses and another thing happens and another thing happens, all of these small things that are minute in the grand scheme of things, if you give life to them by letting them fester, it's like that snowball effect.
Right.
It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then it can be a situation where, your husband doesn't wash a glass in the sink and then you blow up and you're crying and you're upset. And it's like, I don't understand why you keep leaving glasses in the sink. And he's sitting there completely thinking that you're psycho,
right,
and not understanding that it's an accumulation of feelings that you've been feeling over the course of maybe months now.
Right.
And it's like the dam breaks and the water comes rushing in. And then it's a huge thing and all these other things come into play. And then he's sitting there thinking, well, why didn't you tell me that you had a problem before as these things were occurring? And then you really just have to own it. You have to say to yourself, you know what, I should have told you how I was feeling when I felt it. But a lot of times people don't have the know-it-all to do it. And a lot of times people don't have the courage to do it.
Right.
And you have to be brave in your relationship. And sometimes you have to tell somebody how you feel regardless of the consequences. Regardless of the consequences, whether it means you're going to get into a big argument, whether it is the wrong place or the wrong time. Sometimes you just have to let the person in your life know how you're feeling, because if not, it can turn into something that could have been completely avoidable.
Right. Well, I just want to say this as we close out this episode of the Casey Crew. I just want to say thank you. Not the people, you. I want to say I appreciate you. We sit back and we talk about all these stories of me being jealous, and there's a zillion more.
I think I might have told the light ones.
Yeah, a zillion more. And, I appreciate your patience. I appreciate all the work that you put into this relationship. Because you could have just said, Nick, I'm out. Immediately. But you didn't. You held on. You fixed, you worked, you talked, we communicated, we prayed, and we're in a great place.
Mm-hmm.
With 5 babies. You want a 6th one tonight?
Oh my goodness.
I'm just asking, just curious. I'm just putting it out there. If you want, I'm here. Yeah. The sperm thrower is here. All right.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, I love you, baby.
I love you. You were worth it.
Oh, she said I was worth it.
You were worth it.
She said I was worth it. All right. Well, I am DJ Envy.
And I'm Kia Casey.
And again, if you do want to holler at us, if you have any comments or you have any questions, you can email us, thecaseycrew@gmail.com. It's TheCaseyCrew@gmail.com. Send us your comments, your request, whatever you have. Whatever. If you need advice, hit us up. We'll hit you up. You can hit us and leave comments on our Instagram. You can leave comments on the iTunes, the SoundCloud, the YouTube, all that good stuff. Holla at us. We definitely appreciate you.
Why are you hitting your knee?
I don't know.
Go ahead.
And I'm just grateful that you didn't turn the heat up this time, too.
Dude, I'm suffering.
I know you're suffering. I know you're suffering. I feel like air blowing. I'm like, ooh, she's suffering. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week. It's the Casey Crew. Peace.